Hi everyone, this is actually going to be the final election night prediction before the results. So we'll be going through the results, my predictions of the results state by state, all the way from the 7 p.m. hour poll closings all the way through to the Georgia runoff. So this will be the final election night prediction. This is what I'm going to use to judge how accurate I was with the results. So yeah, just enjoy the video. Probably going to be 40-45 minutes long, so buckle in and enjoy the ride. Good evening. Welcome to Election Night 2020. Tonight, the headliner race, the presidency of the United States, is on the line tonight. 538 possible electoral votes that will be allocated first to 270 wins the election. Currently, Joe Biden is heavily favored to win the election. He currently has, according to the 538 presidential forecast, a very strong chance of winning, but we should never count the underdog out. Trump definitely could still have a path, but if he were to win, it would likely take days until we know the full results. Biden could win on election night, or maybe it will take a bit later if it's a bit closer, but this is the presidential race. We're also very, very closely following the Senate races around the country. In the Senate races, we have Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell. Going in a race to 51 senators. Currently, Republicans are on the defense in the Senate map. They have lots of vulnerable Republican incumbents up for re-election, and it will be interesting to see if Mitch McConnell can hold on. Right now, Chuck Schumer is favored narrowly to take control of the Senate. In the House of Representatives, there isn't much question as to who's going to win control of the House of Representatives. However, it's about how big is the margin the Democrats can rack up in that house, so they're not relying on more moderate members to, get in line to vote for their progressive proposals. It will be interesting to see if they're able to pick up seats tonight, and they may actually lose seats. They may lose seats like Kendra Horn's seat in Oklahoma, Joe Cunningham, T.J. Cox, or they may pick up seats in Nebraska, in that Omaha district, or there's quite a few, or in Indiana, there's a competitive district. There's quite a lot of possibilities for the House, but it does seem the Democrats are going to take to maintain control of that chamber in the House of Representatives. Moving on to the first poll closings at 6 p.m. Eastern. In the predictions in the 538 forecast, Joe Biden has an 86% chance of winning. Donald Trump has a 14% chance. That was as of 2 weeks ago. Currently, it stands at about 92%, I believe, for Joe Biden, 8% for Trump. Senate Democrats 75-25 for the Democrats' House. Democrats have a 97% chance of keeping control of that chamber. It's 7 p.m. on the East. We have 6 poll closings coming at us right now, and the first projection of the night, we can project Donald Trump will take Kentucky, and it's 8 electoral votes. We can also project in the state of Indiana, Mike Pence's home state, 11 electoral votes. Donald Trump, the projected winner. In the state of Vermont, Joe Biden taking 3 electoral votes. Bernie Sanders' home state. In the state of Virginia, this is quite surprising. It's been called at poll closing time, but Virginia, 13 electoral votes. Joe Biden will take that state. Virginia used to be a battleground in 2008, 2012. Before then, it was consistently actually a Republican state, that state of Virginia. Next, we'll take a look at the state of South Carolina. Trump is currently leading by 4 percentage points here. 9 electoral votes on the line, 10% reporting. In the state of Georgia, Trump is plus 2.5 right now, 4% of the vote in 16 crucial electoral votes. In the Senate race in the state of Virginia, Mark Warner, we can project, will be re-elected in Virginia. In Kentucky, we can project Mitch McConnell will be re-elected to the Senate. Amy McGrath not able to pull this one out, but Kentucky, Mitch McConnell will be re-elected. In the state of Georgia, we can project not a winner of this race, but we can project Raphael Warnock will advance to the January runoff. So in Georgia, they have quite a special system. In Georgia, we can say Raphael Warnock will definitely advance to the runoff. He will not win direct on election night with 50% plus one, but he will go to the January runoff with either Kelly Loeffler or Doug Collins. This is currently where the vote stands. Raphael Warnock at 45.3%. Kelly Loeffler is right now in second place, very close to Doug Collins. Both have around 30%, but Loeffler is slightly leading right now, but we will need to wait before saying if Loeffler or Doug Collins will advance to the runoff. 4% reporting in Georgia. In the state of South Carolina, Lindsey Graham, Jamie Harrison. Currently, Harrison is leading. Lindsey Graham is leading by 1.2%. 10% of the vote is in. This is a crucial Senate race to see if Democrats can not just get to 51 seats, but maybe get to 53, 54. And another seat like this is the Georgia Maine election. David Perdue, John Ossoff. Right now, Perdue is plus 3%. It will be interesting to see if either of these folks could win on election night, or if they will advance to the January runoff. Both advance to the January runoff. In Virginia, the 7th Congressional District, Abigail Spanberger, we can project, will be re-elected. In Virginia 5, this is a pickup for the Democrats. Cameron Webb will be elected over Bob Good. You can remember Denver Riggleman lost his primary to Bob Good, but now Cameron Webb will be elected, the next Democrat from Virginia 5. In Georgia 6, we can project Lucy McBath will be re-elected to the House of Representatives in Georgia 6. In Indiana 5, this is one of the closest races in the country. Christina Hale, Victoria Spartz right now tied with 49% apiece. 27% of the vote is in. In Georgia 7, Caroline Bordeaux, she narrowly lost to the incumbent Republican back in 2018. By about 400 votes, she decided to run again, and this time the incumbent decided not to run for re-election. Richie McCormick is the Republican who won the open primary. Bordeaux is currently 0.4% of the ahead, with 3% of the vote in. South Carolina, Congressional District 1, Joe Cunningham, right now 49.2%. This is another very close race. Nancy Mace currently leading 0.8% with 3% of the vote in. In Virginia 2, Elaine Luria and Scott Taylor. Scott Taylor also narrowly leading in the state of Virginia, 2nd Congressional District. This is the electoral vote map: 16 for Joe Biden, 28 for Donald Trump. In the Senate, 36 Democrats, 31 Republicans, and in the House of Representatives, around 28 Democrats so far and about 16 Republicans. Sorry about that, just had a sip of my water. At 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we can project West Virginia will go to Donald Trump, 5 electoral votes. In the state of Ohio, 18 electoral votes, Trump narrowly leading Biden, but this one is going to be very tight. In the state of North Carolina, it's currently tied 50% each. 17% of the vote is in, 15 crucial electoral votes. In the West Virginia Senate race, Shelley Moore Capito will be re-elected over Paula Jean Swearingen. Some Democrats had hoped this would be competitive, but Shelley Moore Capito will be re-elected. In the state of North Carolina, currently Cal Cunningham is plus 2.3% over Tom Tillis. Right now, 17% of the vote in, obviously. We already mentioned that in North Carolina. In the 6th district of North Carolina, we can say Kathy Manning. This is a pickup for the Democrats, but Kathy Manning is projected to win there in that state. In the 2nd district of North Carolina, another Democratic pickup, Deborah Ross will win her first term to the U.S. House. In Ohio's first congressional district, Steve Chabot will be re-elected. And in North Carolina's 8th congressional district, Richard Hudson, we can project, some Democrats again had hoped, but Richard Hudson will be re-elected. Currently, the Democrats are at 16 electoral votes, Trump at 33. In terms of the Senate, not much change here. We expected West Virginia to go to the Republicans anyway. 51 House seats right now for Kevin McCarthy, 25 for Nancy Pelosi. It's 8 o'clock on the East, and we have a lot of poll closings to get to. Firstly, in the state of Alabama, 9 electoral votes, Donald Trump is the projected winner. In the state of Mississippi, 6 electoral votes, Trump will win in Mississippi. Oklahoma, 7 electoral votes. This is a deep red state. Trump, the projected winner. In the state of Missouri, 10 electoral votes. Donald Trump, the winner in Missouri. Tennessee, 11 electoral votes. Donald Trump, the projected winner. In the state of South Carolina, this was a too close to call earlier, but now, an hour after poll closing, we can project Donald Trump will take South Carolina's 9 electoral votes. In the state of Maine, 3 out of the 4 electoral votes will go to Joe Biden. That 2nd congressional district is still too close to call. We have a bunch of races to be called for Joe Biden along the East Coast. We can project Massachusetts will go to Joe Biden. Rhode Island, Joe Biden wins. In Connecticut, Joe Biden, the winner of their 7 electoral votes. New Jersey, deep blue state, goes to Joe Biden. Delaware, this is his home state actually, 3 electoral votes. In the state of Maryland, 10 electoral votes, one of the most Democratic states, goes to Joe Biden. And the District of Columbia, obviously, goes to Joe Biden. In the state of Illinois, 20 electoral votes, Joe Biden, the projected winner. In New Hampshire, we can also project Joe Biden, the winner in New Hampshire. In that 2nd district up in Maine, currently Joe Biden 49 to 46.8. He is slightly leading, 21% of the vote, and they use ranked choice voting up in Maine, so that could be interesting. In the state of Florida, 29 electoral votes, Biden currently plus 3.0, 67% of the vote in. Pennsylvania, currently Biden leading by 6.5 percentage points with a third of the vote in, 20 electoral votes. This is going to be crucial to decide who the president is if it does come down to that. In the state of Mississippi, we can project Cindy Hyde-Smith will win her re-election, first full term to the Senate. Tennessee, this is an open race, but Bill Hagerty will win re-election in that state. In the state of Oklahoma, Jim Inhofe will be re-elected. New Hampshire, this was close in 2014, but not anymore. Jeanne Shaheen, we can project, will be re-elected to the United States Senate. We can project in the state of Massachusetts, Ed Markey will be re-elected to the Senate. Rhode Island, we can project Jack Reed will be re-elected to the United States Senate. Cory Booker winning in New Jersey, that Senate race there. Delaware, Chris Coons will be re-elected. In the state of Illinois, we can project Dick Durbin, either the 2nd or 3rd ranking Senate Democrat, will be re-elected. In the Georgia special election, we can say Doug Collins will advance to the runoff. He has not won yet, but it will be Raphael Warnock and Doug Collins in the runoff. You can see here, this is our slide here. Raphael Warnock and Doug Collins will be advancing to the runoff. They are the 2 projected winners in the Georgia special election. Kelly Loeffler not making it into the top 2 despite the fact she is the incumbent senator in Georgia. In the state of Alabama, this is very interesting. Tommy Tuberville, Doug Jones. Tuberville currently leading. It looks like he's going to win. That's a pickup for the Republicans, but we're not ready to project that just yet. In the state of Maine, one of the most closely watched Senate races, Susan Collins currently behind Democratic challenger Sarah Gideon, 16% of the vote in. Florida Congressional District 26, we can project Debbie McCassell Powell will be re-elected to the House of Representatives for the Democrats. We can also project Ross Spano will be re-elected in Florida's 15th Congressional District. Lauren Underwood, we can project she will win in the 14th District of Illinois. In Pennsylvania, Congressional District 7, we can project Susan Wild will be re-elected to the House. Pennsylvania 8, Matt Cartwright will be re-elected. In the Georgia 7, we were not able to project this an hour ago, but now we can. We can project Caroline Bordeaux will win her first term to the House. This is a pickup for the Democrats in Georgia's Congressional District number 7. In Virginia, this is another one we could not project earlier, but Elaine Luria, we can project now, will win re-election to the House of Representatives. We can project this is a pickup, another pickup for the Democrats' New Jersey 2nd Congressional District. We can project Amy Kennedy will win her first term to the U.S. House of Representatives, beating incumbent Republican Jeff Van Drew, who, as you remember, switched parties in midway through 2019, I think. In the 2nd District of Maine, we can project Jared Golden will win re-election, and this is actually a pickup here for the Democrats. Illinois Congressional District 13, Betsy Londrigan will win re-election. In Pennsylvania's 10th District, Republicans are holding on with Scott Perry. He will be re-elected. This race is currently too close to call. A Democratic incumbent, Kendra Horn, currently 48%, to, I believe, Stephanie Bice at 48%. It's tied up in Oklahoma 5. This is the most Democratic-leaning district in Oklahoma. It's kind of the suburbs around one of their major cities. 17% of the vote in. Currently in the electoral map, 95 votes for Joe Biden, 76 for Donald Trump, 42 senators with the Democrats, 35 with the, I actually believe, oh no, I think that is correct, 42 to 35, and Nancy Pelosi currently has 114 members in the bag, Kevin McCarthy with 101. It's 8:30 p.m. right now on the East Coast. In the state of Arkansas, we can project Donald Trump will win Arkansas, and Tom Cotton, we can project, will win his re-election to the United States Senate in the state of Arkansas. Currently in the electoral map, not much has changed here. Obviously, there. 9 p.m. on the East, we have a bunch of poll closings at the top of the hour. Right now, we can project North Dakota will go to Donald Trump, 3 electoral votes. South Dakota, 3 electoral votes will also go to Donald Trump. And the state of Wyoming, Donald Trump will win their 3 electoral votes. In Nebraska, 4 out of the 5 electoral votes we can project go to Donald Trump. In the state of Kansas, 6 electoral votes, Donald Trump the projected winner. In the state of Louisiana, 8 electoral votes, Trump the winner there. In the state of New York, 29 electoral votes, Joe Biden the projected winner in New York. In New Mexico, 5 electoral votes, Joe Biden the projected winner. In the state of Colorado, 9 electoral votes, Joe Biden is the projected winner. In the state of Minnesota, the Trump campaign had hoped, but Minnesota goes to Joe Biden. In the state of Nebraska, that Omaha district, 51.5 to 48.2, Biden currently leading 3.3% above Trump. In the state of Michigan, Biden currently leads Trump by 5.9%, 62% of the vote is in, 16 electoral votes on the line. In Wisconsin, Biden currently leading by 3 percentage points, 2% of the vote in, can't really make much of that. In the state of Arizona, 20% of the vote is in. Biden currently has a very narrow lead, but again, Arizona is another one of these really tight battleground states. In the state of Texas, this is a state Democrats have been targeting for years. It seems this year may finally be the year Texas goes blue. 50% for Trump, 47.4% for Biden. Trump currently leading 2.6 percentage points. Moving on to Senate projections, Mike Rounds will be re-elected to the Senate in the state of South Dakota. In the state of Wyoming, Cynthia Loomis will win her first term to the U.S. Senate. Ben Sasse will be re-elected into the Senate from the state of Nebraska. In the state of Louisiana, Bill Cassidy will be re-elected. In Minnesota, we can project Tina Smith will win her first full term to the United States Senate. Ben Ray Lujan, we can project in New Mexico, will win his first full term to the United States Senate. In Colorado, John Hickenlooper, we can project, will win his re-election to the United States Senate. In the state of Michigan, we can project Gary Peters is currently leading John James in the race for Michigan Senate race. In Texas, MJ Hagar, John Cornyn, currently Hagar's leading, Cornyn, this is a mistake here. Cornyn is leading by 4.2%. John Cornyn currently leading MJ Hagar. That's an error there on the projection. In Arizona, Mark Kelly currently leading by 6 percentage points over incumbent Republican Senator Martha McSally. In the state of Kansas, we can say Roger Marshall and Barbara Breuer. Currently, Marshall leading by 1%, 26% of the vote in. In the state of Arizona, this is our first of our House projections. Tom O'Halloran, we can project, will win re-election. In the state of Kansas, Sharice Davids, we can project, will win there in the state of Kansas. Michigan, the 8th Congressional District, Elisa Slotkin, will win re-election. In Michigan's 11th Congressional District, we can project Haley Stevens will be re-elected. In the state of Minnesota, we can project that 2nd Congressional District, Angie Craig will be re-elected. In New York's 22nd Congressional District, Anthony Brindisi, we can project he will be re-elected. And in New York's 19th Congressional District, Antonio Delgado will win his re-election. In the 7th Congressional District of Texas, Lizzie Fletcher will be re-elected in Texas. I had forgot if she had won in 2018 and if this was a rerun for her, but Lizzie Fletcher either way wins in Texas 7th Congressional District. This is a situation where we have a rerun of a candidate, Gina Ortiz-Jones, right now. She ran back in 2018. She came up short against incumbent Republican Congressman Will Hurd. She's running again this time, and we can project she will win Texas 23. In New York's 2nd Congressional District, I believe this is a pickup. Jackie Gordon, we can project, will be elected to New York's 2nd Congressional District. In Texas 21st, Chip Roy, we can project, will be re-elected in Texas 21st. I believe this is not Texas's 21st. This is, where's John Katko from? I believe he's from New York. I'm trying, New York 1st, I think. Maybe he's from Long Island. This could be New York 1st, but John, or maybe it's somewhere in upstate New York. But either way, John Katko wins re-election. In Michigan's 3rd District, Lynn Afendoulis will win in Michigan 3. In Arizona 6, David Schweitskert, why are these names so hard to pronounce, but he will be re-elected in Arizona. We can project in Texas's 24th Congressional District, Beth Dan Dunier will be re-elected. In Colorado's 3rd Congressional District, Lauren Boebert, you may remember her from opening her restaurant, her rifle restaurant, I believe, against the law, but she is now actually running for Congress. She took out an incumbent Republican in the primary, and here we are. She is now a member of Congress. Lauren Boebert wins in Colorado 3. We can project, this was from earlier, the 7 p.m. hour, but we can now project Victoria Sparks, the Republican, will win her first term there. In Minnesota's 7th Congressional District, Michelle Fishbach will take out Colin Peterson. In that race, this is a pickup for the Republicans. In Michigan's 3rd Congressional District, Peter Meijer will win his first term. In Michigan's 6th Congressional District, sorry about this, Fred Upton will win his re-election. Apologies. If we can move forward. In Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District, Karen Eastman, Don Bacon currently in a tie, 7% of the vote in. New Mexico's 2nd Congressional District, Yoxi Torres Small, currently 2% up on Yvette Harrell. In New York's 11th Congressional District, again, a lot of these tied up races. Max Rose, and I cannot remember this lady's first name, but Max Rose and the Republican there tied in New York 11. In terms of the race to 270, 148 for Joe Biden, 109 for Donald Trump, 45 to 40 in favor of Chuck Schumer right now. Nancy Pelosi 177, Kevin McCarthy 167. This margin should probably improve when we get all the California districts in. And in the 10 p.m. hour, we have 4 states. But firstly, we have a key race alert here. Georgia, we can project, will go to Donald Trump. We can also project from the 10 p.m. hour, Utah going to Donald Trump. Montana, 3 electoral votes. Donald Trump, the projected winner. In the state of Nevada, currently too close to call, but Biden is narrowly leading Donald Trump 6 electoral votes. In the state of Iowa, Trump plus 2.9. In Iowa, 10% of the vote in. We can project. In Kansas, we can project Roger Marshall will win his first term, I believe, to the U.S. Senate ahead of Barbara Broyer. In the state of Michigan, Gary Peters, he will win re-election. Both of these are actually projections from earlier races that were undecided. In Montana, the Senate race here, Steve Bullock currently slightly leading Steve Daines. In the state of Iowa, Teresa Greenfield currently leaning back quite a bit actually over incumbent Republican Senator Joni Ernst. We can project this from 1 hour ago. Kara Eastman, this is a Democratic pickup. We can project she will win her re-election to Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District. And we can also project another projection from earlier. New York 11, Max Rose will win re-election. In Iowa's 4th Congressional District, Randy Feenstra will win his re-election to the U.S. House. In Montana's 1st Congressional District here, Matt Rosendale beating Kathleen Williams, I believe, in the U.S. Senate race there for Montana. In Iowa's 1st Congressional District, Abby Finkenauer will win re-election. In Iowa's 2nd Congressional District, Rita Hart will win her re-election. And in Iowa's 3rd Congressional District, Cindy Axe will win her re-election. This is another projection here from earlier. We can project Yochi Torres Small will win re-election to New Mexico's 2nd Congressional District. In Utah's 4th Congressional District, Ben McAdams currently slightly leading the Republican there, Owens. Again, forgot his first name, but Utah's 4th Congressional District looking very tight. Currently in the electoral votes, 148 for Joe Biden, 134 for Donald Trump. Currently, Chuck Schumer has 46 senators in the bag. Mitch McConnell has 41. Nancy Pelosi currently has 185 congressional seats, and Kevin McCarthy has 173. It's 11 p.m. on the East, and we have a major projection. The House of Representatives, we can project officially. Democrats have passed the 218 representatives they need, but Nancy Pelosi, we can project, will retain her role as speakership. She has won her election, and she has won the House of Representatives. In the state of California, 55 electoral votes, Joe Biden the projected winner. In Washington, 12 electoral votes, Joe Biden going to win there. In Oregon, 7 electoral votes, and Hawaii, 4 electoral votes. We have a series of projections we'd like to make here. Nevada, 6 electoral votes, Joe Biden the projected winner. In Maine, that 2nd Congressional District, and in Nebraska, that 2nd Congressional District, both going to Joe Biden. He's currently in the lead in the electoral votes. We'll see if he can hold on to it. In Idaho, 4 electoral votes, Donald Trump, the projected winner. We can also, this is a big one, Texas, 38 electoral votes, Donald Trump, the projected winner. In Arizona, we can project Mark Kelly will win to the U.S. Senate there. Mark Kelly, the winner. Same thing in Maine, the Democrats taking Sarah Gideon in the state of Maine. And in North Carolina, Cal Cunningham. These are very important projections for the Democrats. Cal Cunningham winning, and obviously Jeff Merkley there winning his re-election as predicted, and Jim Risch will be re-elected to the United States Senate from the state of Idaho. This is a big one here. South Carolina Senate, Lindsey Graham. Some had hoped for Jamie Harrison, but right now we can project Lindsey Graham will win re-election to the United States Senate. In the state of Alabama, Tommy Tuberville will also win his first term. This is another pickup from the Democrats to the Republicans. Texas, John Cornyn, we can project he will be re-elected to the United States Senate. In Utah's 4th Congressional District, a projection from earlier Ben McAdams will win re-election. In California 39, Jill Cisneros will win his re-election to California 39 Congressional District. In California's 48th Congressional District, Harley Ruder will win re-election. In California 25, Mike Garcia, we can project, will win re-election. In California 21, currently too close to call, TJ Cox with a lead over David Valadao. If we take a look at the electoral map, 234 votes for Joe Biden, 176 for Donald Trump. Joe Biden has certainly not wrapped it up yet, but it's looking pretty solid for him right now. 50 Democrats, 45 Republicans. Democrats are on the cusp of taking control of the Senate. We've still got some outstanding races there. In the race for the House, Nancy Pelosi, 243 congressional members, Kevin McCarthy with 188. It's 1 o'clock on the East, and we have a major projection. Arizona will go to Joe Biden. We can project that along with Alaska. 3 electoral votes goes to Donald Trump. Iowa, 6 electoral votes, along with Ohio with 18 electoral votes, both going to Donald Trump. In the state of Alaska, this is the Senate race. Sorry for the graphic there. Al Gross, Dan Sullivan, 9% of the vote in. Sullivan currently leading Al Gross, but it's too early to call in the state of Alaska. This is another projection from earlier. TJ Cox, we can project, will win his re-election. Joe Cunningham, we can project, will win South Carolina's 1st Congressional District. In Oklahoma 5, we can project Kendra Horn will win re-election in the 5th Congressional District of Oklahoma. In Alaska's 1st Congressional District, only Congressional District, Don Young fending off a challenge from Elise Gavin, I think. Alaska 1 goes to the Republican incumbent. 234 electoral votes for Joe Biden, 176 for Donald Trump, 50 to 45 in the Senate, and 246 to 189 in the House of Representatives. I believe this is the completed map of the U.S. House of Representatives, so there you go. 2 a.m. on the East, and we can project Chuck Schumer will be Senate Majority Leader. 51 Democratic senators have won their races, and that comes from Iowa's Teresa Greenfield. She will win her first term to the U.S. Senate. We can also project Dan Sullivan wins his re-election, and Montana's Steve Daines will be re-elected. In the race to 270, 245 for Joe Biden, 203 electoral votes for Donald Trump. Currently in the race to 51, the United States Senate, 51 Democrats, 47 Republicans. We're waiting on the Georgia and the Georgia special. Those are both going to runoffs. In the race for the U.S. House of Representatives, you've already heard that. It's 5 a.m. on the East, early in Thursday morning, and we can project Joe Biden will win the presidency of the United States. And that comes from winning the state of North Carolina with its 15 electoral votes, and the state of Florida with its 29 electoral votes. Trump will lose. We can project 289 electoral votes. Biden will get at least 289. Trump getting at least 203. But Joe Biden will be the next president of the United States. Trump has lost this election. This has been, what a ride. What an election. This has been quite the ups and downs for both candidates. With COVID ravaging the country, Biden was able to take advantage of that and of Trump's poor response, and he was able to win this election. Right now in the House of Representatives, don't believe we have a Senate map. That's quite strange. Apologies for that. But in this, you have 246 Democrats, 189 Republicans. It's 12 p.m. on the East Coast, and we can now project Pennsylvania will go to Joe Biden. This is a major projection here. 20 electoral votes. Joe Biden has won the state of Pennsylvania. The mail ballot started to come in, and they're going heavily for Biden. And 20 electoral votes. Pennsylvania goes to Joe Biden. In Wisconsin, 10 electoral votes. Joe Biden, the projected winner. In the state of Michigan, all three of these Rust Belt states have flipped. 16 electoral votes. Joe Biden, the projected winner. And there you go, the final electoral map. Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Florida, Arizona, Nebraska 2, and Maine 2 have all flipped. 8 different, locations have flipped to Joe Biden. In terms of the race for the Senate, 51 for Chuck Schumer, 47 for Mitch McConnell, again waiting on that Georgia race, and then 246 to 189 in the House of Representatives. It's runoff day right now in Georgia. It's 7 p.m. on the East. These are our candidates. We've got Raphael Warnock and Doug Collins, and we've obviously also got John Ossoff and David Perdue. Obviously, apologies for the photo error there. We have a major projection right now. We can project Doug Collins will win his first full term to the United States Senate. It's the Georgia special election. Doug Collins beats Raphael Warnock by a narrow margin. Georgia special Senate, Doug Collins wins. And in the Georgia main Senate, we can project David Perdue will win re-election there in Georgia. In the final January 2021, we will have a Democratic trifecta in Washington, D.C. Democrats have won control of the presidency. Joe Biden winning with 335 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 203. They have also won the Senate 51 to 49 senators. However, this will mean they can only lose one Democrat on each vote. So if Joe Manchin, he can do his thing, but if they want to get these progressive proposals done, they cannot have Kristen Sinema defect. They cannot have some of the people like Cal Cunningham decide to defect from. They can't have, moderates like John Hickenlooper defect. They have to maintain very high caucus discipline. They can only afford one senator to actually buck the Democrats, because then Kamala Harris would break a 50-50 tie. And in the U.S. House of Representatives, it's going to let me change slides, and it doesn't. So let's just, there we go. In the U.S. House of Representatives, Nancy Pelosi, 246 to 189 for Kevin McCarthy. There you go. That's election night. We've done election 2020. Next up, election 2024 and midterms 2022. But that is election 2020. A Democratic trifecta is my prediction, and you can see 246 seats for Nancy Pelosi, 51 Democratic senators, and 335 votes for Joe Biden. Thank you everyone for watching, and that's it for today's video, guys. So that's a wrap. I'll see you on the other side of election night for analysis and everything. So thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great election night. And be sure to get out and vote if you can. Always exercise that right. So thank you guys so much for watching, and good night.